Okay, so welcome everyone.
Right.
We are in book club for August the 24th, 2026. I've just got one more button to push here. There we go. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, so here we are, book club. We're in the umbilical chakra. We're at pages 265 to 270 in Home to the Heart. So let's just see where we're at. If anyone's listened to the recording of this, we're in the law of change with the Divine Mother, and she's sending me all these beautiful people for readings. A lady even came from all the way from Florida to Fort Langley on Sunday, and she told me she prays to the Divine Mother every day. It was the most extraordinary reading, and her son is a doctor here. So thank you for all these beautiful readings that are coming through, and to our star family above and below, to the Divine Mother, to the mighty archangels, Sanat Kumara, Lord Maitreya, the ascended masters, all the enlightened beings and beloved saints, and our guides and guardians and Gaia. Thank you. Oh, and here's some of the photos that Lorraine has been sending me. Extraordinary flowers and dragonflies. Look at these beautiful dragonflies. This one she sent today. And yeah, that was a really neat video, Lorraine. Okay, whoopsie. So that's the mother. She's all around us in all the nature. She's all around. And she's reminding us that we are of her. Has anyone been doing their morning ritual of blessing the weather and nature and Gaia and each other and everyone's different struggles and all of humanity? Oh, good. Excellent. Yeah, I've been getting up and bouncing on my rebounder. I have a rebounder on my deck and doing it there. And then I was guided to look up, oh, and I don't have it in front of me, but a book that is channeled messages from Sanat Kumara through a lady. And he told a story about his people and the planet he's on. It's a smaller planet out in the universe, and how there was a war happening. And he kept encouraging everyone to come into the oneness with him for the protection from the war. And that's what happened. And he was in charge of a whole herd of sheep, many, many, many sheep. So he was bringing the sheep and the people into the oneness and remembering to trust in the oneness. And the war never affected them and his group of people and the sheep. It just passed them on by. So when you really trust and you really bless, that is the protection. And it seems magical, but it's actually the physics of how things work. So that blessing can be a real shield. It creates, you're working with the golden energy when you're blessing everything. And that's the outer field of your fields. It's your soul. And your soul is naturally in that state. So it's a beautiful thing. That's the balance, the golden balance. So let's bring in the cloak of the mother. If you feel like putting that on yourself, just feel it around you. This is for peace, for forgiveness, for trust, for freedom, for relaxation into the receiving and the remembering of all this information that we're always looking at. And to remember to be really good to yourself, because it crystallizes the water in your physical form. So if you catch yourself in any kind of feeling uncomfortable, change it immediately to blessing, blessing, blessing of the self, because just know that we're here to change that energy from within for our without. And surrender up all the old feelings that are not loving. Just let it flow through you like the old serpent. Just let it flow on out. All that suffering, all that belief in pain, just let it flow right out of us. We created this old serpent, our feelings, the emotion of doubt, Our creation of the serpent was our doubt, lack of self-worth and confidence, lack of certainty, and the belief that somehow we would be punished. And so when we create physical pain in the body, it's a belief system that we're believing in the pain in being punished. So if you hold, even in the darkest moments, if you hold appreciation and gratitude, miracles happen. I was practicing that the other day when I had this pain and a couple of weeks ago, and I just blessed it and blessed it and blessed it, and instantaneously the what could heal it came to me. So just know miracles can happen instantaneously. The power of your joy, appreciation, gratitude, being able to laugh and giggle, feeling that wellspring of joy from within, and that is the healing. When we get to joy in the next chakra, in the solar plexus, that is exactly what Archangel Gabriel says. She says joy is the healing, the power of healing. Keep treating yourself as if you're on a heavenly holiday, even if your life is, just at home or whatever, just bring in that feeling that you're on a holiday here. We want to lift up everyone into that space. I had a reading with a young girl today, and she was working with a nonprofit in Burnaby to house the homeless and help with any kind of feelings of confusion that these people have. And it was really remarkable to see how young she was and how focused she was. And that her next mission was opening a cafe where she's going to be asking people to pay it forward for people that maybe can't afford to create a really welcoming space. And then it's a pay it forward type of venue. I thought was really interesting. So just keep remembering to be really loving. The vibration, the frequency, that's the healing and the action in the body is when we have these loving thoughts for the self and for everything around us. Dr. Emoto's findings were really, really pivotal for us to really understand how important it is to bless yourself. Bless your waters within. And what that does is it creates that wellspring of joy to well up. So I don't know if you felt it yet, but really sense into that because it is a wellspring. It feels very bubbly and it's giggles and laughter and it just wells up inside. And we want to be in that space as much as possible. So just keep releasing, keep releasing, keep releasing until you get to that. Because it's underneath everything. And drink lots of water and just know it's a conductor of that wellspring of joy. Water is a big part. And I heard in one of the channelings through Linda, I can't remember who it was that said it, but no, the being said, no one's drinking enough water. We need lots of water to conduct the blessings into the body. So I love what the mother said here. It begins with forgiveness, and then, dear heart, it begins with laughter. So she's reminding us how to love ourselves. And then I found this really interesting channeling today that said the word forgiveness is forgiving. So you're giving forgiveness. It is a gift of love, so we're not holding on to old grievances with another or a situation. We are here to give the gift of love, forgiveness. It is forgiving the gift of love, of gratitude to the self, because it always comes back to the self. And then Michael reminds us on the laughter for our entanglements. If you can get to the giggles, sometimes it won't feel like you want to laugh about things. It's really hard to laugh about certain things. But if you can zoom out and be in your biggest self, that golden energy of your soul, your universal self, and feel that joy, there's no judgment from your universal self, from your soul. They're in a state of joy constantly for our self-pity that we are deserving of the pain. So most of us have this old belief system that we deserve the pain. And the higher realms are reminding us, no, 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 you don't. Nobody does. Mm-hmm. Shame and guilt, really, really to be able to sense into that, be acceptance, allowance, and the forgiveness, whatever the situation is. And basically, with the universe being a series of mirrors of our core truths, it always comes back to the self. So when you forgive outside of yourself, it comes back to the self. Because with the universe being a series of mirrors. And it's a gift for us to be the forgiveness. So if we're tangled up in a situation where it's difficult to forgive, just know that's a blessing for us to practice forgiveness and be the gift, be the forgiving love for the whole situation. And that actually, it is the instantaneous healing. It is the poof, the instantaneous healing once you get to that state. It's quite remarkable. Mm. To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you. So if you can giggle about that, you're there. Okay, there's that laughter. Call in, if you're having trouble laughing, call in Michael because he'll help with that. And then he can help cut all the ties. He says when you're laughing, then naturally the ties, the entanglements all dissolve. So, but it's a practice. And I've often felt it's like you have to kind of fake it at the beginning if you really don't feel like laughing about it. Mm-hmm. So all the ties that bind, that's our suffering, our lack of love for the self. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's call in all the mighty ones and surround ourselves with this healing with Archangel Michael, always on the door wall. He walks along and then he stands in this corner, holding up his blue flame of truth. And then Archangel Raphael along the next wall, and he has a golden flame that he holds. He holds it up right here. And then Archangel Uriel walks along and he's got his silver flame and encourages us to know that we carry that silver flame of truth right in the palm of your hand. It's like in a little pot like that. And it's for looking within and going within with your own silver flame to let go, to face into the fears. And Archangel Uriel is always with us. So he will help automatically. And Archangel Yophiel along the fourth wall, and he's got his beautiful dust, his magical dust that you can sprinkle on everything. And you can even dump it right on yourself if you're really struggling. And then the golden spiral of our ascension, the joy right here in the middle, that is the laughter that we're all floating up on. There was a very funny movie, the latest Mary Poppins, and at the end they all floated up with balloons. They were holding balloons and they all floated up, and I was like, oh, there they go. And Archangel and Sanakamara with his scales of balance is the golden energy as well. So working with any law, invoking the laws will get you to the giggle as well. The balance, the joy, the divine alignment, the centeredness, that golden power that you carry in the solar plexus. Okay, so let's drop down into our heart. Let's breathe. Practice breathing in whatever color comes to you. Color is healing. It is the perfect balance of vibration and frequency of the mother and the father energy. Breathe that in, hold it for a moment in both hemispheres of your brain. And on the out breath, just drop down into the heart space, into that emerald green inside of you, into the oneness. This is source energy, your heart space. And sense into the tri-flame, into the blue healing of the mother. And just know these flames are moving. We want them all equal. They're dancing the eternal tango inside. and then into the golden. Once the healing is done, we step forward in the action, in that floaty energy of joy, of giggles, of centeredness, of your sacred purpose with intention, and sense into the pink and your divine spark at the base. And this is grace. This is your loving action as well. And the remembrance of how loved everyone is. No one is forgotten, ever. The mother keeps track of everyone. Okay, so really sense into that. Feel it. You can actually even sit in that flame and feel it all around you if that's what you're guided to do. And then take the flames and braid them up to source energy, align with source, and then feel that braid go straight down to Gaia for the grounding, your gratitude for Gaia for holding us, the abundance on the planet, and then come right back up into your heart space. And we will carry on. But that is a beautiful practice every day, even before you get out of bed in the morning, to surround yourself with the mighty ones and work with your tri-flame. So we want that tri-flame to be as balanced as possible within, because it automatically balances your fields without. The outer three fields of the body are blue, pink, and yellow. So they align with the flames inside your heart. When you balance the flames inside your heart, you're actually balancing the fields outside for your protection, for your healing, for remembrance of how loved you are, so that we stay out of all judgment of self. Okay, and this blessing and virtue that Archangel Yophael taught to us ties right into this. It's the ability to feel and experience always and fully the wonders of creation, the divine. This is our heavenly holiday, being in a state of awe. The knowing that there is always more to learn, to experience, and to understand, to know that our understanding and experience of God is limited, but the promise of further growth holds true. And if you're feeling any kind of confusion or any kind of energy that's uncomfortable, just know that this is the lifetime that the hundreds of lifetimes that we've had are integrating into your physical form. So different energies from different lifetimes come. And sometimes if it hasn't been dealt with fully in that lifetime, then that's our mastery right now to let that energy go. So it's better not to even question the energy too much, just to know, okay, it's just something I can surrender and just do it really quickly. It doesn't need to take a long time. We're in such good energy for letting go and surrendering right now. It happens really quick. So it's no judgment of it, just, it's probably something from another lifetime and it just needs to be surrendered. So it's to even look at it as if you are a child and it's a game. So awe is about the innocence of the small child within, the sense of awe, the sense of wonder, the sense of understanding the magnificence of the universal plan, the unfoldment. And the ascension process that we're in right now is letting go this old energy over and over and over. It is the thrill, the expectation, and joy at being, simply being, and always enjoying the new miracles that unfold. So when you let go, you're putting yourself into that space of miracles can happen anytime. But if we're holding on to it, if we don't want to let it go, it blocks the miracles. Always waiting for the next one. Awe is the relation of purity. So purity is being able to stand in the chaos and bless everything. And awe is like this too, just blessing it all. Bless, bless, bless. Being grateful for pain, if pain comes up or uncomfortable feelings, gratitude for it, surrendering it, that is how quick it can disappear. And awe is this beautiful golden yellow saffron color. Okay. So we're all the way up here in the umbilical, and it's a real chance to transmute old energy, surrender it, let it go, and come back into awe over and over and over. And now we're working with change with the mother. So here we go. The mother says this flow of love, this infinity of love never stops. And inside of that, as it comes to you, simply as life force, as inspiration, as ideas, as energy to keep you going. So just know it's continually flowing from source down to Gaia, up to us. So when you do that braid right down to Gaia, energy is coming up to you, braid up to source. It's coming right down into your tri-flame and filling it up all the time. Yes, Ken or Lillian?
Yeah, I was just thinking what I've been doing lately is without the smudge stick, just making the infinity sign over um, everyone, you know.
Nice. That's good. Like over all humanity?
Well, yeah, that too.
Amazing. I love that. That's a great idea. There's a breathing technique that Archangel Michael taught me where you can breathe that infinity flow like through your heart. So you breathe in and you take it all the way up to source, and then you bring it back to the heart again and breathe out and go right down to Gaia. So you can do infinity breathing as well. It's quite fun to do.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So let's invoke the laws of balance and change for heart-centered community solutions for our beautiful planet. It's coming. Keep your eye on the news because every once in a while you'll see something that's really exciting for everyone. We want to be lifting everyone up. Okay, so then this is the mother. And we're at the end of the law of change. So she says, let us talk about the internal physical, because this, for all of you, is the best place for you to understand the constancy of the law of change. Every moment your heart is beating, there is oxygen exchange, new cells are being created, some are dying off. There is constant movement in your physical body, and it is creating the new. And you may say, well, I don't think it's creating the new, mother. I feel like I'm getting older. And she says, well, that is a mindset that you are buying into and creating. So I would suggest you change that as well. We have talked about rejuvenation and restoration, but most of you are not internalizing it. So I would encourage you to do so. So it's as simple as saying, I am rejuvenating, I am restoring, I am, just really feeling younger. It's as simple as feeling that energy of when you were younger. And I don't know about you guys, but I always feel like I'm about 14 to 16. I don't know why that is, probably because of some trauma or something. But I don't, does anyone else feel like that? Like, do you feel like you're younger than you are? I never feel like I'm my age. Yeah. No, I always feel younger than my age. Oh, well, okay. The physical changes, your physical circumstances, and your physical environment are also shifting. But what you do to prepare is you put in place, you create both big C, little c, and middle C. You create everyday aspects. That is why I've said pay attention to where you are in your creation flow. So it's everything that you're creating is a creation, from breathing to some big project. So that's why she's saying little c, middle C, big C. You put in place aspects of the physical that you know are going to contribute to where you want to be at the outcome of your creation. Now, there are times in the process of creation when you are in the implementation, the dreaming, the planning, where you will shift what you are creating, and that is all right because you're working with constant change. So it doesn't matter if you dream big and then you change the idea, because as you go along, the idea can shift. She says it will change anyway. It will change to what is connected to your sacred purpose. Now, understand also change is sequenced and sequential. And she says, what does this mean? Certain things, physical as well as esoteric or spiritual, have need to be put in place first before other things can be put in place. Use the example of building a house. You do not put on the roof first. No, first you build the foundation. You build the foundation in your communities. You do it by having good neighbors, by sharing with like-minded people. They do not need to be aware of the fullness of what is happening. So just know, a lot of humanity has really no idea about what we're talking about here. But what we're doing is holding the field. And really, it's just for everyone to come into the kindness that's in the heart. It's very simple. It's not meant to be difficult here. What they need to be aware of is your love, that you think they are fabulous and they will live up to that. They will change towards the vision you are holding. Why do they do so? Because what you're saying is, I know what you are. You are a child of creation, of the mother. Everyone is. Everyone is originally birthed of source energy, a spark of light, very divine. Everyone is divine that's on this planet and throughout the universes. And you may do things that you're acting out because of fear or lack or limitation, or simply because you have engaged the darkness of your own being. But I know what you're capable of. I know the truth of you. So what you're doing is you're just holding within yourself. You know what's going on, and you're just holding it, and you're envisioning everyone coming into that place, basically. You're building that foundation, not only within yourself, but within your community, within your neighborhood, within your family, and you hold that vision. You don't just hold on to it as something that is amorphous and untouchable, unreachable. You work together to manifest what is joyful, what is pleasurable, what feels solid and dependable and buildable. And from there, you sequence. Well, if we have begun to say hello to each other, acknowledge each other, then perhaps the next point in that sequence is actually trusting each other enough to have a conversation or perhaps to do something together. You build. That is what you are doing. You don't simply say to your star brothers and sisters, we'll bring down Nova Earth. There was a lot of talk in the light worker community of things just happening instantaneously. Like you would wake up and there would be cities of light all around us and everything. That's not how it's happening. Gaia is not prepared to have simply something laid upon her. We are in co-creation with her, and we are the builders of Nova Earth. She says, you are in co-creation with her, and you are the builders of Nova Earth. You are the bringers of the new way. You are the bringers of the new you. So we're here creating the change, and it's the change within. So all this work of surrender and let go these uncomfortable feelings, and then we step into action because we're here to be with the people. We're here to be creating things for the upliftment of humanity. So in this way, you are acting in the physical. So do not say, well, change is imminent because change is constant. So what do I need? And this is all fear-based. This what she says here. Do I need to build up my storage facility of canned goods? Do I need to have money hidden away? Do I need to have reserves of gas? And she's saying no. This is all going into fear. It's like the story that I told you of Sanakamara and the sheep, and telling the people, stay in the oneness, stay in the middle, stay in your heart, stay in the knowing of miracles, because that is the protection. Stay in the gratitude for if you created pain in the body, stay in that gratitude for it so it melts away. Stay in the middle. We don't need money hidden away or reserves of gas or or reserves of canned goods. She says that is not building community. That is putting your head in the sand and saying, I will take care of me and my own. I will not be taken care of by the mother. So I'd better look out. And she says that's not acceptable. That's going into the fear. So we want to be in the middle of the self, in that love. Yes, Ken.
Well, one of the things that has been coming across in Golden Age from Steve and other people is there's going to be 10 days of darkness. So we need to make sure that we have all these canned goods and all that kind of stuff. Well,
Mm-mm.
I mean, you're obviously refuting that, even though
Mhm.
that sentiment is out there.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that. He's been saying that for years. I don't
I
believe it,
know.
not 1 minute. I don't even
Yeah.
believe other things that he talks about because I don't think so. We're here to create the change from the inside out and remember the oneness. So when you're in the oneness, you step into action and you're out in community and you're helping change things.
Yeah.
Mm, mm, yeah.
Yeah. I tried to wanted to say some stuff to him, but I don't think it's going to do any good.
No, it doesn't do any good. Not to worry, he's on his own path.
Oh
Hiding in
boy,
the hole.
that's a good, great thing to have right there. Yeah, it
Yeah.
fits.
I love this picture for some reason. That poor little snake, he's hiding in his hole. Okay. The best thing to do is really surrender that fear. Just surrender it. It will flow through and out. I have been in that place where I've been terrified. I've been in a place I was so terrified I couldn't even imagine how I could go out and be with the people. And now that's the only place to be for me. I'm out there all the time with no fear, like just out there and practicing, practicing, practicing. So it's I really get it when that fear feels so real. But just know it's not. It is not. Mhm. And that's what we came. That's why we're here to let that go. The mother says it is important you feel safe and secure always. So posting the archangels, covering yourself with white light is another way. White light is purity. That's what you came in on as a baby. And we're always searching for that purity, that white light. So you can just surround, you can just pull it all down all around you and pull it up, be in the white light. You can surround people in the white light. Surrounding people in the violet flame, the white light, golden energy, the colors, they're really helping people let go the fear. Coming home to me in the 13th octave. So that's um, braiding the flame and taking yourself right to source energy and just hanging out there. That is a fabulous place to hang out. You can hang out there as long as you like. Yes, Ken or Lillian?
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is maybe we should do that for Steve.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Every day. And then the other one is allow the mother to wrap you in her cloak of blue velvet. And that's why we do that. I remind us all the time, just wrap yourself up in that blue velvet. It is really comforting. When you do not feel safe, simply feel me put my cloak around you. So when we had this incredible thunderstorm that went on for hours on, I can't remember what, Saturday night here. And I was babysitting my little granddaughter. And I got this text from Jojo saying, I'm right here. My phone is on. I know I'm going to get a call from you guys. And what happened was at 9 o'clock, when we had finished playing, and we were lying down in the bed, I sleep with Amelia, all this light came in the window. It was the first lightning. And I was like, whoa, what was that? And so I made up this thing that there was a dragon with a big eye at the window and he was watching over us. And then this thunder happened and it went on and on and on. And she fell right asleep. Like she literally just went right to sleep in the middle of the thunder. But I think it was because I feel safe and secure. So then she felt safe and secure. And she didn't wake up. She slept the whole night. She slept through, I don't know how many hours of lightning and thunder. It went on and on and on. But when you're in that feeling, knowing that you're safe, it goes to everyone around you. So just it will protect you no matter what. But there are situations, particularly as your world is shifting, and as we have said, this turmoil comes to the surface, and the turmoil can be war in the Middle East or not enough money in your bank account. Both are the same energy. She says, ask for help. Surrender, just lie down and ask for help and listen. Don't do anything. If you're really in deep fear, don't do anything. Just ask for help. And lie there as long as you can and just let the energy of the higher realms be with you. And magic happens. You can surround yourself with the mighty ones, but if you're really, really in deep fear, don't do anything. Just let the energy run through you and out of you. She says, as I say, I would gladly wrap you in my blue cloak, my cloak of blue, but I'm not simply a mother who desires to dress you. I'm also a practical mother. Can I wave a magic wand and make everything disappear? She says she can. Well, in fact, I can. If she wanted this planet to change, she could change it in the blink of an eye. But she says, that is not my plan. So I am not telling you that that is what I will do. Some people still think that it's going to be magically, everything's going to change in the blink of an eye. We're here to change everything. She says, I will not. But what I will do, and what I promise to you if you turn to me, if you allow me to embrace you with my energy, you will feel safe and secure. If you allow my mighty ones to surround you, you will feel safe and secure. If you don your suit of light armor, that white light, and really understand about the blessings and virtues, you will feel safe and secure. Understandings of the laws, of the blessings and virtues, of the dimensions, they're all in the middle of our being. So when you're in your centeredness, you know how safe you are. It's like that story with Sanakamara and the sheep and the people. No war came to them because they believed in the oneness and the safety and the security of the higher realms within the self. So there's that cloak. Just remember, sometimes it's hard to remember. I know that in the past, I kind of like, my trauma is that I forget and I go into this paralysis where I forget everything. So the best thing, if you do that, if that happens to you too, to lie down, I never forget to lie down because that's all I feel like doing. Just lie down and do nothing. You don't have to do anything. Just know that in the stillness, if you go into that stillness, it will dissolve. Like the fear will dissolve. And it's really good practice just to keep practicing it. She says, now that does not mean because you have an open heart that you will not feel moments, not so much of fear, but of, oh no, that does not belong on this planet and in the sacred environment of Gaia. She says, I want you to feel that because as you feel it, you move into the elimination. So you say, no, it is not right that I should not have enough money to pay my rent or my medical bills or my telephone bill. That is not what I create in this universe. So you're letting that go. You're recognizing it doesn't belong here. Any lack does not belong here. Then she says, then you are doing what you need in concert with me to feel safe and secure. Is that clear? So you're lying down and you're letting that go, like really letting it dissolve out of the body. But it happens in the stillness, being very still. It doesn't happen running hither and yon and drinking wine or going shopping or something else to distract the self. It happens in when you lie down and be still. Mhm. Are you dealing with the debris of the third dimension? Yes. So there are a lot of old belief systems here that have come down through the family line. And I've heard we hold 6 generations of trauma in the physical form, and you're also having your aspects come in from other lifetimes. And there's been a lot of violence and fear and craziness on this planet for the last 2,000 years. So just know that's what we're letting go. It's that fear, those uncomfortable feelings, feeling like a disappointment, worry, anxiety, guilt, shame, sorrow, anger, fear, sadness, hatred, judgment. All those feelings, we're really, really here to eliminate them. That's our job. You are anchored. Your feet are anchored in the 5th dimension. Everyone is naturally in the 5th dimension now. We're at that level. So that's golden power energy, knowing about gratitude and giggling. And it is because of that that you have the clarity of vision to see what is awry and what needs shifting and elimination in the 3rd. Humanity has made this choice, and we are in full participation. Back in 2012, we made the resolution that we would all, however many billion of us are on the planet, we would all ascend as one. There were other plans, but we they were really happy that we wanted to do it as one, but it's just a bit more work. So there's a bit more letting go to do. We're up here. So this is the next chakra that we're going to go into. We're going to do a bit of review of this one, but we're up here. So just know, you know how to do this. You know how to manage change. Everyone is anchored in this 5th dimension. The joy, the laughter, the gratitude, knowing to be in that state. And that's what gives you the clarity to know what to let go. So we're getting there. It would be erroneous to think that our presence is not with you, because it is. So always, our guides are with us 24/7. If you invoke, the being has to show up. So, and just know most of us have a circle of 13 beings that are all around us: masters, saints, star family, ancestors, mighty ones. So our circle is full, and they're ready to help in the blink of an eye. She says, when these atrocities, such as being homeless, becomes illegal, what you would call a sin, then it comes to the surface, so that the absurdity of such situations can be cleared. Because what it really speaks to is attitudes of the remaining human collective that sees the lack as something that is acceptable, and it is not. So that's why we see so much homelessness and addiction, because most of us don't really know what to do with it. But once we put in place better systems, then we will be lifting everyone up. The prison system will shift. We won't see any more homelessness anymore. Addiction will become a thing of the past, but we're in the throes of it right now. Does it mean that there is instantaneous resolution and a shift? The change is taking place, whether it is in a financial institution or a penal institution. Both are being changed every single moment of every single day. It is not possible for that not to happen. So just remember, the law of change is constant. So things are evolving and changing all the time. You are in constant movement. Yes, there are times when you're in still point of creation, but also understand, in the still point, there's still the movement of creation and of recreation. The essence of who you are continues throughout time and space. That is the law. That is the law of change, constant movement, consistency, and you remain in that movement until you actually return at the completion, the end of your journey, when you reunite with one. So we're a long way off from that part, but just know that change is constant. Everything is always evolving. So this is when someone called in and asked for how to get into the heart space, because that is the most difficult thing I have seen for everyone. Every person that comes for a reading is afraid to go into the heart. afraid of what they might find in there. So she says, this is her method that she said to practice. Place your hands upon your heart, just like this, crossover is good, and feel as if the energy is draining out of your head into your heart, so that all the energy all of a sudden is almost a feeling, if you're not used to it, that you're feeling faint or lighthearted. All the energy out of your head, all the random thoughts, all the dizziness is just draining down like an elevator going to the basement into your heart, into the depths of your heart. So she's doing this with me right now. Yeah. It's a very different feeling than being in your head. The energy just drops right down. It's almost like, yeah. So that, to practice that every day and to be with your tri-flame, or to sit under your tree with the Buddha, or to fly into your golden temple, that's the feeling. It's like the energy just drains right down into your heart space. It's a really good practice. So that was the end of that law, but she says this is just a little bit of a recap. The constancy of change and the continuity within that is the gift of your eternal becoming. So what do you do with this law other than understand the obvious? You work with it, because what is creation except the manipulation? And I mean that in the most positive of senses. It is the manipulation of particles, subatomic fibers, molecules, energy into what you wish to experience. And dear hearts, let me be clear with you. The only thing that any of you, I do not care if it is 6, 7, or 8 billion, the only thing you wish to experience is love. That is it. Now, you may label it relationship, financial security, adventure, meaningful work, but really it is love. And what is love except the eternal flow? The constant changing flow of energy, not only between yourselves, so between each other, not only between you and Gaia, so between us and Gaia, but sweet angels between you and I, between us and the Mother. It is the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flow of energy. What is love except the eternal flow with Source, with the Mother? And it comes directly into the heart space, into your tri-flame. That's why it's really, really a good idea to practice being in the heart every day and sensing into your tri-flame. And then that automatically protects you, goes right out to the your outer field. The yellow is your universal self. The pink is you, yourself, knowing how loved you are, and the blue is the causal field where all the lifetimes are stored and what we're healing. It's the forgiveness for peace within, peace and safety and security. That's the blue energy. And then once you really feel that, you automatically move into action, into the joy, into the giggles, into the, I can't wait to get to what I'm doing, your sacred purpose. And it's what's most exciting. The yellow energy is the excitement. So yeah, fly into that golden temple in behind the heart chakra and really sit in that golden energy. It is amazing what comes through. Okay. So if you feel stuck, invoke, because the invoking brings the Mother, Sanakamara, and the law of change. So you can move that old energy. And remember that breathing exercise we did in the last one, the meditation, where we held the old energy and then we dropped it down to the solar plexus, and we, on the count of 3, we breathed it out. That's a good way to let go of what doesn't work as well. And then, of course, this is my favorite. Because if you go into that paralysis like I used to do, this is the only one that works. I would forget everything. Okay. So we're here to create that peace on the planet from within. Okay, so does anyone have anything they'd like to say? Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I just got a question here. Often I feel that I'm getting more and more lightheaded. You know, it's hard to, well, sometimes almost keep my balance. So I was just wondering, is that same or similar to being lighthearted?
Well, we really need to be grounded on the planet because you can't be falling over. So
No,
sometimes that's the way I used to be, but I wasn't in my body. I was above my body because I didn't want to be in my body from the trauma. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with another lifetime right now where it was really, really difficult, but we really want to be anchored in the heart and grounded to the planet. So sending that energy from the root chakra right down to the center of the planet or from your tri flame, super important because we don't want to be falling over or dizzy.
no, I don't. I just feel like it sometimes. That's all. I just feel like you say, almost floating.
But are you driving? Are you like, where is it
No,
happening?
no, it doesn't happen when I drive. No.
Okay.
I stay pretty focused when I'm driving.
Okay. So it's okay to feel floaty if you're in a safe position because that is, the mother said it is a floaty up feeling. Ascension is that. But we always have to be really safe when you're out working or, even moving about the house too, like not leaving elements on the stove or the fridge open or we have to be pretty conscious of what we're doing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I try and stay focused in those situations for sure.
Yeah. But if you're if you're meditating, absolutely. It's so fun. Yeah.
Well,
Float up to the source.
it's usually after meditation when I get up or something, then I would feel like, well, floaty or lightheaded.
Okay, well, if you're finished the meditation, it's good to ground yourself before you get up. So send your cord, your red root cord, right down to Gaia and give it to her to hold. And then that's a grounding because
Okay, no.
before you get up from meditation. Because we can get very floaty in meditation. Hmm. And it's a good thing because you're helping lift everybody up. That's what we're doing. So your field is working with the collective. So that's beautiful. But remember to ground yourself. Yeah.
I pretty well always protect myself anyway, especially when I'm driving. So, I feel pretty good that way.
Hmm. I had a reading once with the Arcturians, and they said to be really careful that if we're starting to feel like we're going out of body or anything, to pull over if you're driving because it's dangerous. Hmm.
Well, I have a different situation with driving. Often the light uh, is so bright, I feel so bright that my eyes hurt. So I have a hard time seeing sometimes.
Oh, okay. So there's special sunglasses you can get that are UV protected. Like they're special. My daughter's new boyfriend, he's a fisherman, and he says we don't protect our eyes enough. It's too bright. So I can find that information for you if you want.
Okay, yeah, that would be good. I mean, I use uh, you know sunglasses, but they're probably not strong enough.
There's a special lens, and it's not that expensive or anything, but he said it's really important. Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because he's out on the ocean all the time. And he's in the rivers. He's a fly fisherman, so he knows like the reflection. And he says when driving, we should be wearing these glasses.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's also similar to being out in the prairies as well, because it's very bright out here. The
Mm-hmm.
light is very strong compared to most places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Okay. Does anybody else want that information? I can send it out as a group if you want it. Mhm. Jane, did you want to say something?
Just
Yeah.
I know the glasses you're referring to. I've seen them at Costco optical department. Very inexpensive.
Yeah.
And they even have some that will go over your glasses,
Right.
your
Oh,
regular glasses. I think
oh,
they have like a yellow lens or something if we're talking about the same thing.
yeah, these ones didn't have a yellow lens.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'll send it out. I'll send it out to
yeah,
everyone.
I'm curious about that too, Kathleen. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I guess the fishermen have to be really careful because they're on the
Mhm.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
find the yellow lenses are very good for night driving. They really clear up the
The
scenery. But
glare.
yeah, well, yeah, especially oncoming headlights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
Loan, I would like that information too, please.
yeah, absolutely. I'll send it out. I'll get it from my daughter. Yeah. She gave me a pair, but I wasn't paying attention to what they were. She was just saying, "Where are these?" Okay. All right. Okay. So I get this information was pretty straightforward. Next week I'll do a little bit of a review because it's a lot what we've learned. The whole, like a little bit of awe, a little bit of the fourth dimension, a little bit of the law of change, just to so we can integrate the whole thing together. And then we'll be on to the solar plexus, which is really exciting. And Archangel Gabriel and Sanat Kumara in the law. So yeah, but any other questions or comments about this one? No. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so shall we move into our sending of energy? Now, I think we should send to Marion and her knee and who
Carol,
who else?
Carol, who Carol plays. She's my mother's close friend who has breast cancer and has just gone into the hospital today. And it's spread and it's in near her heart and it's in her other breast now. And she's in a lot of pain currently. So
Mhm.
she's intended to give my mother's eulogy on the 19th of September if she's
Well enough.
still here and well enough. So yeah, if we could think of Carol. That
Okay,
And
absolutely.
Joel,
And
Thank you.
Joel. Okay, so Marion, Carol, and Joel. And yes, okay. I think
Karen,
oh, and Karen too.
her
Okay.
surgery is September 1st. I'm not sure if I shared that, Kathleen.
Okay. Okay. Karen. Okay, so Karen as well. Okay. So let's move into this. And then remembering also to bless the weather, to bless, just to get into that habit, blessing the weather, blessing all of nature, blessing Gaia, blessing our guides too, because we always, our guides are with us 24/7, working hard, and blessing all of humanity. And then we move into the individual suffering, people suffering as well. So we let go this belief in suffering. All right. So I'll set the timer and I'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Thank you.
You.
Mhm. All right. That was 10 minutes. It goes by so quick. Okay. Well, anybody have anything they'd like to share or no? We're not too far over time. That's good. Seemed like we had a lot of slides in this one, but we got through them all.
It was great.
Okay, good. Yes, the mother's energy is so powerful and her words are so strong. It's just like, beautiful. Okay, well, let's reconvene next Monday. I wish you all a beautiful week. And yes, and as we're moving into fall, we really felt it this morning here. I know, I don't want my summer to be over. I'm hoping we have lots of nice sunshine.
In September.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you on that, Kathleen.
Right into October.
Yes. At least until 10:10.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be a nice gift. Okay. All right. Well, bless you all your next week. And if you continue doing your blessings in the morning of, the weather and nature and humanity, that would be, I'm sure it's a really big help for the planet.
And my car.
Oh, what's going on with the car?
Oh,
We don't know.
I don't know what's happening with it. It's just, I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. We've had an oil leak and a bunch of other things, and it's like it's a very expensive car to maintain and operate. And I'm if anybody's looking for a luxury Range Rover, I may have one for sale shortly.
Fire sale price.
Okay, well, maybe it's just time for a new car.
Well, I think it could be. It is new.
It
It's
is
only
new.
it's new. It's only 2022.
With 51,000 kilometers.
So
And it's
Okay, so check within yourself because the car can be a reflection of the self. So the more you surrender up anything that feels uncomfortable, the car will naturally come into alignment. I know it sounds weird, but the car is often a reflection of the self. So ask yourself,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for saying that, Kathleen.
You talk to your
I
car,
felt that.
Yeah.
you
No,
communicate.
I don't really talk to it much. No. I yell at it a little bit, but
Oh, that is not good.
That doesn't help.
No, that doesn't help at all.
It
Okay,
should
let's
have
go.
its-
Let's go. Give the massage to give the car a little massage and give it some
Yeah.
love. Oh.
Yeah, give
Yeah.
it some love, just like what you're doing for yourself. Know that the car likes to have a name. It's got a name. Jane, feel into what the name of the car is and then talk to it like it's a living being because, yeah, it makes a huge difference.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. We'll report back next week with good news.
Yeah, because it's a 2022. It should be fine.
Yeah, right?
Should be.
It should be.
Yes. Okay. And then check with yourself. Whatever feels out of alignment, surrender it. Just know that it's part of that old belief in suffering. That's the old serpent. Let that serpent slither away.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Okay, so have fun with it, Stefan. Like, be like a child.
Well, we're taking it boating tomorrow, so let's hope that that's fun.
Okay. Okay, there you go.
More air in the tires.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Have
Okay,
fun with
Thank
it.
you, everybody.
Sweet dreams. Thank you,
Good night.
Kathleen.
You're
Thank you,
Good night.
Kathleen. Thank
See you in
everyone.
September.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my
Uh,
God,
Onto
really?
a new
Oh.
Isn't it September next Monday?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is that the first on next Monday, the first?
No, it's 31st.
Okay.
Oh, the
okay,
31st. Okay.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Oh, that's interesting. So 3 + 1 makes 4, and 4 is the number of source, and that'll be our last day with the mother for a little bit. So that's
Okay.
interesting.
Yay.
Okay, we'll see you at the end of August.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Oh.